Assalamu alaikum, and welcome back to the Ottoman campaign in Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. So the Americans kind of just threw in the towel, and that's my fault because I didn't remember to schedule another naval invasion against them after I took this island here. So that war kind of ended, which I would have liked to take more of South America from them, but I guess I would have lost northern Colombia to their army if the war hadn't ended. So maybe that's just as well. Anyway, we're still fighting the French and the British. Neither of them have much of a navy. Well, France has somewhat of a navy left. But most of that is one task force that I've been trying to bring to battle. Which is sitting here. We're going to see how that goes next turn. As for naval invasions, I've got one active here against Britain. That's going to succeed. And this one against the French, that's going to fail next turn actually. Because we haven't made any progress because we've been unable to fight this task force, which is blocking us. But there's another one against France here, so I can just relaunch the one against Belgium next turn. That's fine. But today we're going to do this one convoy battle. And then we're going to do some refits of those new American battleships. Right. And this is one of those big destroyers, I think. The Mahmoud Pasha Angelovich herself. Lead ship of the class. Still very reasonably priced, even after a lot of refits. Hmm, 12.7 kilometer torpedoes, okay. So I can outrange those torps. Launch my own torpedoes at the transports. Hopefully resulting in some hits on that destroyer. But it'll be more down to luck than anything. Still just following the transports. So could get lucky, but they detected the torpedoes already. And that one detonated in the water. Okay. So much for the torps. Yeah, but we're hitting them now. There we go. They have launched. I blew off their torpedo launchers. So they're not going to launch anything else. Good. Yeah, this is kind of a cakewalk. I mean, this might be a very small, very cheap light cruiser, and this might be a very big, very expensive destroyer, but it's still a light cruiser versus a destroyer, so not much of a contest there. And this one too has a defective rear turret. I really have to take another look at the mounting of those aft turrets, both this one and the other class. Because I was pretty sure I double checked that when I made them, but apparently not. I should have double checked again. So what's going on with the army movements here in Africa? Are we taking anything? Are we losing anything? We are losing Niger to France. And we're slowly taking Cameroon. And Burundi. Right. We are not taking Western France, but at least they're not marching into Spain and taking it from me, which they could. Right. Now, let's refit the Des Moines class battleships. Right. Badly placed floor. Okay. It's the secondaries. Let's see. I don't need spacious quarters. I don't need you to be that fat. Or that tall. Yeah, this is gonna be a complicated refit because there's a lot of stuff we have to do here. Oh. Okay, yeah, that's these just don't work anymore. For some reason. Right. How about these 7-inch guns? I'm gonna remove these double barbette things. There are no mounting for 7-inch guns here. Not even doubles. What's the maximum I can put there? 6? I guess. There we go. That now works. Still want to replace the tower though. 29 base, 61 long range. Not a huge difference, but I guess it is better. It's much heavier though, so maybe I'll keep it. But I want to replace the secondary tower, because this just doesn't look right. And this barbette is also undersized for what it needs to be. Looking a bit weird. Oh, that looks better. .28 knots, same as my other modern battleships. That is still plenty good range. Oh, that's a huge secondary tower. This looks like more the same size, but I still need to make room for it. These are just kind of in the way. Now, will this A turret actually work? No. I have to move it even further forwards. There. It cannot be that far aft. That works. Will it now collide with the barbette? No, it won't. This works. And that works. That does not work. What kind of funnel fits on this? Mega funnel 4 fits. 3 fits. 4 enhanced. 5. But not 6. I could have sworn, didn't 5 just fit? Okay, 4 enhanced then. I'm picking 2 of you. There we go. That looks better. Right. Gear turbines forced. No. No, no, no. That is with turbo electric. $57,840. How about gas turbines? That's quite a bit lighter. It's also cheaper. The 6094. In this case, auxiliary 4 is actually heavier. Sometimes it's lighter. It's just how it is sometimes. That's quite a bit lighter. Modern 2. We definitely want triple bottom. You can go down to anti-flood 2 instead. 2 powder, TNT4, and we're gonna upmark those guns. What's my flash fire chance? 1.2. .4 with heavy shells. Gen 2 radar. Now, I can reduce some of this armor. These are fine, I guess. Deck pen is very good at long range. I do want to increase the extended belt armor though. Main deck. I know that deck hits are now a thing, but still, I want to be relying on the Citadel deck armor. So you would need 8 inches of deck pen to go through that. I can go through that at max range, but that's about it. So I feel pretty safe. The inner belt armor is really, really thick. You would need 47 inches of belt pen to go through that, which is just not happening. Not at any realistic ranges. I think 3 on the third inner is more than good enough. That means my Citadel should, in theory, be safe to my own guns at like 7,500 kilometers, meters. So yeah, good enough. I can kind of reduce this a little bit. Now, anything else I can reduce? I had to gain a lot of extra weight going from reduced ammunition to increased ammunition. I thought I had more free capacity than that. A lot of these 2-inch guns. Come on now. I was really hoping they would like just slot together. I don't have that annoying gap in between the main and secondary tower. But that's as close as I can get them, so that'll just have to be. What if I go up 1 secondary tower size? I'm gonna try that. See if that still works. That's much bigger. Even 5 enhanced is much bigger. I guess we're just gonna have to go back down to 5. so the 7-inch guns just didn't work. They work on the secondary tower, not the main tower. Like Rocket, what have you been doing with the mounts here? Hmm. There we go. Make them 6.1s. Can I make them 55s? Will that... No. This time only the barrels grew in length. Sometimes you end up growing the entire turret model. And then it doesn't fit anymore. But that seems like it worked. Okay, so these anti-aircraft tubs, I guess you could call them, do fit 3-inch guns. So that's nice. Do I want that many 3.9-inch guns, though? Hmm. Maybe. I can sacrifice some of these 2-inch guns. But we're still overweight. So we're gonna have to fix that somehow. Right. Armor looks good. Guess I can go down to standard ammunition. There's just not much difference between auxiliary 3 and 4. Although in this case it is still heavier, but just not by that much. 2.6% flash fire chance is still really not bad. No, this one's the lightest. Make them 3.5s, maybe? Could also go down to standard weight shells. It wouldn't be a totally bad idea. Or reduce the beam by 1%. Uh, Getting very close now. And that reduced my citadel armor, top armor thickness. Not good. If I reduce the guns down to 19.2, it's 19.1. Nice. That works, I think. It's not bad. I'm kind of liking it. I mean, a 3x3 turret layout would be more fitting for an American battleship, but this is what they built, what they gave me. I didn't feel like changing it too much. Although it would probably just be a 6-month refit anyway. But there we go. 6 months from now, my navy will have 2 new modern fast battleships. Well, fast-ish. And in only 6 months, that's pretty good. That's better than spending 3 years building one. We are going to build new light cruisers, though. And I was going to call this class the Veve after the one that surrendered last episode, but the game already named it for me. So now it is pulling names from my name file again, so that's good. Right. I think we're going to build on the advanced scout cruiser hull. Could also build on like some of these big light cruisers, but I would like to keep it not too big. Okay, that's the minimum size, I guess. Still bigger than the 5,000 ton sized ones. This is even smaller. Minimum size is 6.6. .34 knot. Only 22 resistance, though. I mean, 44 is pretty bad, too. I guess we're building on this one. How about towers? We can fit some good towers on this. Yeah. And let's really make sure that all the turrets are capable of traversing. Max optimal speed is 36 knots. I'll take that. Gas turbines. I want to keep it cheap. Doesn't have to be too cheap, but I still want to keep it inexpensive. Hang on. What kind of quad turret is that? Looks kind of funky with the different barrel lengths. I like that. But I want to go with 7-inch guns. Or 7.5s they're going to be. Pretty sure these can all turn. No problem. Good. Oh, it fits in here. That's cool. If I put another funnel, like back here, does that look whack, as they'd say? No, that looks fine. That looks fine, actually. And yes, we are moving the funnel as well by doing that. Great. That's great. I love it. Torpedo launchers. Let's see what I have to do to make those work when I bump them up to 24-inch. Because these are so finicky. Oh, they work. Good. Very good. All right. 4809. 48. So 4 is lighter on this one. It'd be nice if I could keep it under 200 million. But costs are ramping up. Let's go triple base. Gives me a flash fire chance of 1.6. That's not too bad. There we go. Sonar bumped us over. Radar definitely did. But now we got good torpedo spotting range, good radar spotting range. And this hull starts with a decent bit of armor, actually. Now, let's just make sure these can still turn. After I increase the size and barrel length. They seem to work. Yeah, that works. Now 1 on the main deck. We'll go down to 0.8 on the fore and aft decks. Because if we're fighting anything with that kind of deck penetration, I think we're in trouble anyway. You'd need 4 inches of deck pen to go through that. Which is far above what a light cruiser is going to have. There we go. Right, that's the armor taken care of. We are at almost 300 million, but that's still not too bad. Oh, I want to have bulkheads, that's right. We're still not too bad. Let's just Slather on some 3-inch guns wherever they fit. And they fit here and there. The single barrel guns, of course, fit many more places. So now I have to reduce things again. Which is never fun, but... Is that still workable range? I think it is. 20,000 kilometers? Yeah, that's not a problem. That shouldn't be a problem. Do they still fit as 3.9s? These still do. It would look weird up there with a big quad gun. Now let's bump them down to 3.5s. .1 kilometer range though, that's pretty neat. .13. Right. I think we got it. I think we got our new Veve class light cruiser. Less than 300 million? The late 1940s? That's really not bad. The resistance is kind of bad. But at least it's high enough to give us a minus percentage to gun damage, even if it's only 21%. If you go very low on resistance, you end up with taking more damage. Like you get a plus something to gun damage taken, and then you die very quickly. But this one, if you compare it to the Aksu 2, I forget what that looks like, but that's more expensive. It's slower. It's got fewer guns. And the, where is it? Did I call it the Murad 3? Yeah, the $1 billion one. Same amount of main guns. It's slower, probably a little bit tougher. I know it's tougher. It's built on the hull with a really high resistance. But it's much bigger and much more expensive. So I think this is a good bargain for a light cruiser. I'm going to build a bunch of these. And also, it looks good, I think. It looks way better than the $1 billion light cruiser. In my opinion, but that's subjective. Now let's first order up the refits of Des Moines and Laboon. That's going to put us over the limit. Where are they? Here they are. But I'm just going to suspend them right away. But this will just keep them from getting dragged into battles before they are refit, because I don't trust them as they are, being AI designs and all. That gives us a free capacity of almost 100,000 tons. So if I start building 10 of these, or even 11, even 12, I'm still going to be under the limit. Nice. Right. So let's see what kind of invasions and stuff I have to launch now. I got it. Venezuela. There we go. 28,000 tons. That's nothing. And the next turn we have to relaunch the invasion of Belgium, because that's gonna fail. No alliances, thank you. Task Force fails to escape. And I do think we also have the meeting with the big French task force. But this is another secondary task force with a bunch of light cruisers and a couple destroyers. And we've got the old dreadnoughts lined up. So let's just gun these down before ending the episode. Right. So what the heck did I do now? Ah, I split them instead of adding them. Darn it. There we go. One big happy family. Destroyers, yeah, actually. I might do like a torpedo first strike here. Those can follow. The expensive light cruiser can scout. The torpedo boats can also do a first torpedo strike. I wonder how far away they spawned. I'm guessing the light cruiser is going to be the one that spots them first. Yeah, there we go. We are spotting them way in the distance. They are now spotting my battleships. They're now smoking up. Cruiser can start doing donuts here. Just keep things lit. For the destroyers and torpedo boats. Which have a hard time spotting for themselves if they're smoked up. Right, torpedo targets. Let's see if this will amount to anything. I don't have any big fat battleships to aim my torpedoes at, so it might not get anything out of this. But this is going to be a pretty wide spread of torpedoes, so at the very least, it's not going to be too easy for the enemy to dodge all of them. Right, gun targets now. They got 6 light cruisers. I just so happen to have 6 battleships. What hit you, Algeria? Torpedo. You can play with your torps too. I got 5 torpedo hits out of that. No, we're not done yet. Might get more than 5. Probably not. Yeah. Well, these were aimed at this group here, I think. They just kept swimming. But you couldn't swim that long. This one is just still doing circles. But that's fine. Because Katinat tried aiming torpedoes at it, but good luck when it's in doing donuts like that. Hopefully those torps don't end up hitting my battleships. Because who knows exactly where they were aimed. Right, this is just shooting gallery at this point. Oh, there they are. think those are gonna be harmless. Algerie almost sunk. These are expensive light cruisers. Not super expensive, but more so than my battleships. Yeah, so last bit of flooding she needed. I don't know. Keep focusing that destroyer. Never mind the enemy light cruisers. What do I have that is taking damage? One of my torpedo boats took one hit from something. So they have 3 light cruisers left. That means each of them can get the attention of 2 battleships. They're kind of far away, so it's really up to them if they want to come closer. They're the ones with the speed. My old dreadnoughts are just plodding around at 21 knots. There we go, incoming torps. My light cruiser dodges those quite easily. My worry is that they're gonna continue on and hit my my battleships. I think my battleships are safe. These old armored cruisers, maybe not so much. Yeah, they're focusing on my destroyers and torpedo boats. That's who they are following. No sign of those torps. I think they ran out of steam. But mine seems to be on target. Let me get something here. No? Got one. Target the one in the back. Could this one take on all three of them? Potentially, maybe. Oh, this one is in the back. The battleships are just firing away. Millhouse is almost sunk. I just want to make sure they don't just run away from my battleships trying to follow those destroyers or whatever. But it seems they're now focusing on my light cruiser with a name that I'm not even going to try. If I then turn around and lure them in towards my battleships, that's going to be tricky or risky. Because in the turn they're going to hit other stuff than just my main belt. Yeah, we're dishing out damage now. Went 6 fore and aft. Could load HE on the main guns and go for extended belt pens. Hopefully. Millhouse and Adventurer. Almost gone. Millhouse is gonna sink now, I think. Just took a hit from some battleship. There goes Millhouse. Yeah, keep following me in towards the battleships. A good idea. Something just smacked Hirondelle for a huge amount of damage. It was a 14.5. I got 2 focusing Hirondelle, 4 on Adventurer. That's fine. Oh, try it with one of your underwater launchers. That is cute. Hirondelle sinks, only Adventurer left. These are really tough light cruisers. It's very danger close. That fire coming in from the battleships. There we go. Nice. Good chunk of victory points too. Now, finally, we're getting this fight that I've been trying to set up. So we have to relaunch the invasion of Belgium, because until now this task force has been just avoiding me and being in the way of the invasion. But next time we are going to fight these. That's 1 battleship of the Cervante class. 16 19.3 inch guns, that's impressive. The speed, not so much. And a whole bunch of heavy and light cruisers and destroyers. So that's gonna be a fight. For the past couple of months, I've had my battle cruisers avoid firing any shots, so they should be pretty much fully stocked on ammunition now. Yeah, we'll see. Next time, goodbye and take care.